This week's Peace Talk is called In the Caverns of the Mind, We Build the Workings of a New World. Beliefs are passed down generation to generation. They're taught, then believed, and then experienced as truth. Beliefs precede experience. Beliefs create experience. There is an opportunity for a new generation of people to learn the true nature of peace, to learn it, to live it, to teach it, to carry it. Much of the work of this first generation of peace carriers will be an unlearning. Our collective beliefs about peace are baked into everything we consume, every movie, every novel, every casual conversation with those who were taught the old way. Our misunderstanding about peace is a belief, and people in this society are attached to their beliefs. It takes a concerted effort to dig up an old belief and clear ground for the planting of the new. Much of the work of this first generation, this radical, way-showing generation of peace workers, will be that digging up. But this is powerful work. When we plant a new belief inside of ourselves and nurture it and keep the weeds of the old belief from again taking hold, and when we live that new belief and in living it, model it, and when we teach that new belief through being, through modeling, what we've planted can blossom again and again through future generations. Beliefs build generation to generation. They grow roots. They entrench. This is true whether the belief is a loving one or a fearful one. We have seen in our society, in our history, many fearful beliefs grow thick roots, thicker and thicker. And so the project of the first generation that works together to instill a new belief and thereby a new experience is a lot of digging up, a lot of clearing of the soil. This is a kind of repetitive, focused labor that isn't manual. It happens in the caverns of the mind. It happens in the near field of the self. This is a very important part of the labor of making the new, this clearing, this repetition, this holy beginning. Those who are called to this task and who choose it will demonstrate a relentless and regular toughness. Those who clear their own ground of misunderstandings about peace and plant there a fuller understanding of its nature do important work, world-changing work that others may not recognize or understand. This first generation of peace workers, this relentless, tough, scrappy, strong, fearless generation of peace workers will clear the caverns of the mind as others have spent their lifetimes building the infrastructures of past ages, building railroads or factories or towers that would outlive them. You builders of the new, will work in the caverns of the mind. Like physical infrastructures, what you build of peace will outlive you. In the caverns of the mind, we build the workings of a new world. Peace is inherently connected with personal freedom. Peace cannot be enforced. It must be chosen by the individual. Just being a person who knows this, who walks around in the knowing of this, who lives and interacts in the knowing of this, you profoundly build the new. One puts what is in his, her, their consciousness into the collective consciousness. And the rewriting of the story of peace in the individual consciousness is a simultaneous gifting of that powerful knowing to the collective. Peace honors all beings. Just knowing this is service in a world in which we are taught a judgmental peace, a peace of preference. No, peace honors all. A peaceful world is a world in which all are honored. Peace is not weak or avoidant or complacent. Peace actively honors all, And those who engage with the energy of peace build with that engagement a world in which all are honored, a world in which all are respected. Peace is a path of selfhood, of self-becoming, of self-exploration, of self-honoring. It's a path in which the individual embodies more and more fully his, her, their own uniqueness. Have you been taught that peace is a path of complacency or samehood or quieting down or falling in line? It is not. It's a path of glorious selfhood. And to understand that is to build a collective consciousness in which more can begin to understand that. In the caverns of the mind, we build the workings of a new world. We build with our beliefs. And when we choose to understand peace fully, to engage with peace fully, we create new possibilities. We create anew the full possibility of a society that honors all beings, that honors the land, that recognizes all bodies of water as holy, a society in which all are perfectly free, a society in which everyone's basic needs are met. Those are the characteristics of societies that have evolved into peacefulness. We don't experience those things because we are in a cycle of belligerence. We move from belligerence to ceasefire, from ceasefire to belligerence. We must evolve from that cycle. We must step from that cycle fully to create the end of belligerence, which is also the end of ceasefires. Peace is not a ceasefire. It is a state in which there is perpetual peace. In this state, there is never a ceasefire because that which is belligerent does not begin. When we come to understand peace fully, when we use our intention to welcome more peace into our individual experience, when we gift a fuller peace knowing to the collective by way of our individuated consciousness, we serve. Our beliefs create experience. What experience do you want to create? Thank you guys so much for coming to Peace Class. Peace Class takes place every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Peace Class is free. Everyone is welcome to attend Peace Class. You can sign up for any week's Peace Class at prs.org/events. It's presented by the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles, and all are welcome. The next Peace Class is Wednesday, February 3rd, I think. I should probably look that up, but anyway, it's every Wednesday, and we hope to see you next week. Have a beautiful week, and thank you guys so much for coming to Peace Class. Hope to see you next week.